You know, if you think back to the development of communication, before there was speech, we had gesture. You could kind of say that the early cavemen were actually all mimes in a certain way. They say that first we communicated through gesture, then through melody, and finally found words. So the neurological link between our thoughts and our hands is in us for millennia. And there are traditions that actually say that our hands betray our thoughts. When we gesture, for example, we're gesturing not just to you, but I'm gesturing to myself. I'm giving a feedback loop to myself. So that's one level. Then another level is the idea that we have for many traditions of meridians and how these meridians move through us. And the meridians end at our fingertips, right? So then we've got the hands as having the greatest amount of sort of geography in our sensory cortex. Our hands are always reaching for something, always trying to understand something. We even say things like, I don't grasp what you're saying. I got to hand it to you. All of these different ways that we use our hands to communicate with others. And on top of that, this idea that, you know, we have a field. We have an electrical field that's there. Anybody that's done Tai Chi or Qigong has felt that field that is moving through them. So sometimes we want to explore and learn a little bit more about how to activate that connection, that field, whether I want to use it for healing myself, whether I want to use it in order to be clear as I reach out to somebody else. And you can do that through bringing more awareness through your hands. So I'd like to invite you to, we're going to kind of do this exercise in a couple of different parts. So if you're comfortable sitting where you are and you can extend your arms out, that's great. I'm going to stand up so that you can see me as you're doing it. So using your dominant hand, just extend your arm in front of you, just very easy, palm down, and just begin a gentle, easy pulsing movement. You may or may not feel anything at this point, but you can bring your attention to the palm of your hand. Now, what's really interesting is that there are traditions that say that the palm of your hand is a reflection of the physical aspects of your thought process. So it's like I'm stroking my field. I'm feeling the energy in my field as I'm moving up and down. And again, don't worry if you're not feeling anything. We're going to explore that more deeply in a minute. And so let that go. And now I want you to find a comfortable position. I'm going to come back to sitting. If you're at a table, you could just rest your elbow on the table. I'm going to just bring it up a little bit higher here. Another way to do it is to put your arm underneath your other arm. And then, again, you're using the same arm. And then just let your hand droop. Just let it softly droop. And I want you to feel how your fingers are just hanging there, feeling the life in your fingers. And then slowly begin to uncurl your hand. And by doing that, you really want to feel first the palm, then the knuckles, and you're going to feel all kinds of quivering here because we have so much tension in our fingers from keyboarding and holding our steering wheels. And slowly begin to let those fingers uncurl one knuckle at a time. Keep breathing, sensing yourself. And when your fingers have gotten as straight as they can, you're going to uncurl them back up. So you start with the fingertips. It's really actually, some of you are going to find this a little bit challenging. Don't worry, and don't worry if you don't, quote unquote, get it right. That's not the point. The point is what I'm doing here is I'm feeling the connection between my fingers, my palm, my hand, the life force in my hand. Try it again on your own. I'm just going to keep on doing it. And you can close your eyes as you're doing it because I'm not going to do anything special besides curling and uncurling my hand right now. but you can bring your awareness more deeply into the sensation of your hand as you do it. And then recurling if you haven't already. And just feeling how, oops, there I felt a little droop, a little jump. Those are areas in my musculature that have been caught in tension, in holding. So this gives my hand a chance to let go. This, by the way, is useful not just for connecting to energy, but for reducing things like carpal tunnel, stress in your hands. Try turning your fingers forward towards the screen and try the same thing. It's a completely different feeling when I'm starting to face you. And then bringing the hands down. And then turning it towards yourself and feeling, it's almost as if you can feel your hand talking to you. Feeling how your palm is connecting to your cheek, even though you're not touching it. And then curling again. And then just pause a second. If you were standing before, come to standing again. If you were sitting, just stay where you are and extend your arms again. So extending that right hand and just feeling now, what do you sense in that hand as it pulses up and down? And then compare that to the hand that didn't do anything. You'll feel the air moving, of course. And you can do both if you want to. And you can sense how one arm has a different connection to the rest of you, can feel the air differently. And if you bring them together, you actually will feel that right hand a little bit more alive.